Have you ever used your computer for multiple reasons? This may include things like typing an essay, playing video games, or even watching your favorite YouTuber. You may not realize it, but you are participating in a form of interconnection called media convergence. You may be asking yourself, what is media convergence? Media convergence is the interconnection of information with communication technologies, computer networks, and media content. Think of it like this. You have a big mixing pot you are about to prepare a soup in. In order to make the soup, you need an array of different ingredients. Your ingredients include information, like news or stories, communication technologies, like phones or computers, computer networks, like the internet, and media content, like videos or articles. When all these ingredients mix together, they create a super connected world where information can travel easily through different devices and platforms. In simple terms, media convergence is all about how different types of information and technology join forces to make our world more connected. What are some examples of this type of convergence in the real world? Let's think about items you may use in everyday life. Technologies like smartphones, tablets, and laptops combine the usage of cameras, calling, texting, apps, the internet, and music. Another common everyday item example would be a Kindle or an ebook reader. In order to make this type of media more accessible for readers, Kindles combine the use of technology and the physical copy of a printed book into one. Although this combination is convenient for its users, there are some setbacks that come from these technology innovations. The erosion of distinctions among media has grown exponentially in recent years due to these advances. For example, in the past, the only way to access magazines was through purchasing a hard copy in a store. Now, we can subscribe to magazine companies online for much cheaper. With these inventions, the sale of physical copies of media has decreased. Almost everyone is able to access media content. This has led to a rise in something called cross-media content. Cross-media content is when an organization will use different types of media to get their message to the public. For example, news networks not only have an on-air show, but they also have websites with articles and pictures, text signups, or even podcasts. Restaurants do the same thing, as they will have television commercials, Instagram accounts, and will also have email chains which send the newest updates about the restaurant. A more specific example would be the company State Farm's use of cross-media content. Their commercials include Jake from State Farm, but he also makes appearances at sporting events and other events. State Farm also utilizes other platforms like Instagram. Jake even has his own Instagram with over 300,000 followers. Looking at media convergence on a larger scale, there has to be reasons for the creation of this whole phenomenon in the first place. These elements can be divided up into three categories. The first is concentration. An example of concentration is when one company owns newspapers, an online service, television stations, book publishers, a magazine or two, and a film company. They have a strong incentive to get the greatest use from its content, whether news, education, or entertainment. They will use as many channels or sources as possible in order to get their messages out there. In the industry, this is called synergy. Synergy has been the driving force behind several recent mergers and acquisitions in the media and telecommunications industries. One example of a merger that has recently happened because of synergy is when Apple decided that the future of music was streaming, so they paid $3.2 billion for the headphone and music streaming company, Beats Music. The second reason is audience fragmentation. When a person who communicates to a large group of people finds it difficult to reach the entire audience, they can reach their audience through various media outlets. The third reason is just the audience itself. These days, people really do not care where they get their content from, they just want content. Now that we have dug deeper into the reasons for media convergence, it's time to talk about three phenomena that have taken over the mass communication process. The first is the digitization of pretty much all media content. The digitization of media content makes it possible to share content on all platforms. The second is the speed of which information and content can be shared. This makes the sharing of this content fast and easy. The third is how quickly new advances in technology arise. This makes all of these new ideas possible. We hope you enjoyed learning all about our favorite mass communication topic, media convergence. Thank you for watching.